Greetings, everybody, and welcome to this episode's edition of a topical discussion. And today is October 26, 2025. That is, in fact, two nines, 1026 and 2025. And today's a 9-9 kind of a day. Um, so, today's topic of discussion is entitled Self Confidence versus Arrogance. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this is because there is a fine line between arrogance and self confidence. In the realm of the spiritual path and the soul lesson of self love, self confidence is, of course, required. The opposite of self confidence is self judgment, self criticism, you know, not treating yourself as your own best friend. So, self love and self confidence go hand in hand. Um, Now, the flip side, kind of negative aspect of self confidence is arrogance. And when I say there's a fine line between the two, it's actually pretty easy to bridge and correct. Um, with arrogance, you are comparing and contrasting yourself with others and declaring that I am better than that other person over there. So, in relation to something that is a goal of yours, something that you're mastering, something that you're practicing, something that you're putting in the 10,000 plus hours to be an outlier in your particular area of laser focus, if you then, over the course of that process, as you're observing and witnessing yourself getting better and improving and becoming a master of whatever trade that you're focusing on, and then you say that, shit, I'm better than them, I'm better than my competitor, I'm better than my neighbor, my friend, whatever, then you're getting into the trap, obviously, of the ego. And the ego would love for you to latch on to your own greatness and say that you're better than others. So at this point, I want to segue and just kind of give a quick reminder of when I mention the word source God in these videos, what does that mean? And I want to offer two definitions that I go back to and always love. One is, of course, the definition of God is love, unconditional divine love, not the manipulating, controlling, conditional type of love that many humans are so good at in their expression of ego, but rather unconditional divine love. That includes forgiveness, kindness, gentleness, compassion, empathy, the divine feminine aspect of nurturing and just true love, God love. Okay, that's one definition of God is love. Secondly, one definition of God that I often go back to as one of my favorites is omnipresence. Omnipresence. If you were to take all 8 billion humans' eyeballs and senses, the five senses, even intuitive senses, all 8 billion humans, as well as all the senses and eyeballs and sight of animals, as well as plants, as well as any other extraterrestrial on other planets and other dimensions, and you cumulatively put together and combined all of those senses into one awareness. God is the awareness of all of those senses, all those eyeballs, all the five senses, experiencing the present moment of now simultaneously through all senses across the universe. So imagine that, not just your own two eyeballs, but literally all possible views of perspective of reality in one single instance of one single moment combined. That's omnipresence. That's God. So, uh, pretty big picture. Pretty, pretty powerful God is obviously divine intelligence. God has the big picture, kind of overall fate and destiny and path, uh, the divine path that is actually happening across the universe and that's being revealed in the present moment of now. There is you know a path that's being facilitated by God, um, a big picture collective path of evolution, and it's being facilitated and laid out by God. So, um, anyhow, that's my quick little segue. But back to self confidence versus arrogance. So, again, self love, self confidence required in the spiritual path. Just don't get caught in the trap of saying you're better than another. And that's where humility comes in. Humility and being humble is such a key mind and soul lesson to embody and integrate. Um, so, yeah, humility. And then also, furthermore, gratitude, having gratitude and thanking God and the universe for your small wins, your big wins, your small wins, your goals that are accomplished, your visions that have manifested, your mastery in a particular trade or practice that you're focused on. Being grateful and saying, thank you, universe. Thank you for this win. Thank you for enabling me to kick butt in life with love and what I'm focusing on. So definitely have gratitude for your wins, but again, that's not saying, oh, I'm better than you, or, so yeah, humility, and then also, let's say in the realm of sports or athletics or a competition, uh, being in the zone, being in the flow, is fully being here in the moment, right here, right now, without distraction, without mental distraction. And so you're in the zone, you're in the flow, and you can't be in the flow fully in the moment if while you're competing, you're again you're looking at reality through the lens of, oh, I'm better than you, he's better than me, da 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 da. That's your mind is then being like molasses spinning with judgment and thought, rather than being in the flow, in the zone, having no thought, having stillness of the mind, just purely in the present moment. That's being in the zone. Okay, so humility, gratitude, and being locked into the present moment. That's where you want to be. That's self-confidence. That's not arrogance. So there is a fine line between the two, but there's some key differences. Humility, and non-attachment. The Buddhist lesson of non-attachment. You're not being attached to a specific outcome, and therefore you're not getting angry at the results. You're simply being grateful for what you're learning and how you're evolving. So anyhow, that's the discussion for today. Thank you for listening, and until next time, peace out.